Joining me now is Liberal Senator Alex Antic. Alex, I feel like we've come off peak welcome to country. Even Qantas is subjecting us to a more truncated version in recent months. You were one of the early objectors to the practice, but gosh, we've seen a few recent examples of some pushback, haven't we?
Yeah, look, Caroline, we have, and I mean, it's not particularly surprising. I think the only thing that's surprising is that politics in our institutions take so long to catch up to what real Australians are thinking. That's been the thing that's been most stark for me. I mean, we, made a bit of noise about this in the Senate chamber 2 years ago, and I've never seen anything explode in the world of social media more, to be quite honest. I mean, it was clearly touching a nerve to suggest that we don't need to be welcome to our own country. And I think Aussies are sick of it. I think whatever the original intent of this was, it's been lost, and it now feels quite performative and almost quite forced. It feels almost like it's being used now as a way of telling people that they're not on their own land, that they are effectively guests on their own land. And I mean, it's not hard to imagine why that would rile people up. I think, unfortunately, politics doesn't always see these things quickly. We saw that with The Voice. It was very clear Australians didn't want The Voice. It was very clear it was another form of division, and yet it took until the October period where we actually learnt that that was the case in a secret ballot. So I think we're seeing the same with Welcome to Country. I was actually on an airliner the other day that didn't do it at all, and it sort of stuck out because I was so used to hearing it when the plane lands. We thank the traditional owners and so forth, but they didn't do it. So look, I think we are. My point about this, though, would be that the activist left who push this, and they push it into our boardrooms, into our schools, they will come up with something else. So the interest for me now is understanding what it is, which vehicle they'll hijack next in order to properly push the grievance industry. And if so, let's find out what it is early so that we can call it out early and not have to endure years and years of it like we have with Welcome to Country ceremonies.
Yeah, fair enough. Senator Pauline Hanson, she's also long objected to Welcome to Country. She criticised opposition leader Susan Ley for her acknowledgement at Press Club. Have a listen.
I was disgusted, absolutely disgusted with it, because the Liberals, they're getting acknowledgements. They were the ones that actually opposed the voice to Parliament. What a load of rubbish that is. Australians, I'll tell you out there, you are the ones. You are deciding your future and the future of this nation. If you want to put up with this rubbish, this crap, well then you're to blame for it.
Pauline shy as always. I suspect there will be varying views within the party room, and that's pretty standard fare for the Liberal Party. But what's your view on how the Liberals should approach this?
Well, I'm not sure there really is a position for the party per se. I mean, this is something that's done in the private sector and elsewhere. I mean, I'm not comfortable with it appearing as often as it does in government ranks through the bureaucracy. I think that's something that could be discussed as being removed. But I mean, it's up to each individual person. Of course, there are divergences of views on the issue inside the party, and that's completely fine. My own personal view is that I don't like it, and I don't like seeing it as often as we do. And also, I don't understand what it's actually doing for Aboriginal people. I want someone to explain to me how this helps. And if it doesn't, then it's performative. And we always hear from the left how the right of politics only talks about the culture wars. Well, you can't have it both ways. So, if this is really doing some good for Aboriginal people, then let's hear it and let's find out how. Otherwise, my preference is to stay away from it.